Good evening and welcome to the Summit Activities Center in Yankton, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher. We're getting ready to bring you Vermillion Tanagers volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We're in the middle of the JV match where in set number one, Vermillion is trailing Yankton by a score of 13-8. Out there for Vermillion right now, you have number 14, Brooke Knightsky. Oh, and that is a beautiful shot by number 6, Ella Messersmith, to make the score 13-9 here in set number one. So it's Ella Messersmith out there with Katie Sorensen. You have Lily Dominguez. And that serve is an ace serve by Vermillion. That was served by Ella Messersmith. Also out there you have number 17. I believe that is Emma Rohrig. Again, Messersmith. And Dominguez gets that over for Yankton. Set there was by number 5, Elena Nelson. And that will be out. Vermillion now trails 13-10. I apologize. It doesn't seem like the program has all of the numbers out there, but it does look like Ella Messersmith is serving. Yankton gets that across. And that's Rohrig with the kill attempt. And that'll be a point for Vermillion as Yankton was in the net. 13-11 here in set number one of this JV matchup. Nice job there at the back line by Hallie Wortman. Oh! And the kill attempt by Marissa Berkland is unsuccessful, so that goes into the net, making it now 13-13. It was 13-8, so we're going to take a quick timeout. And this timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on the Masaba scoreboard, 13-13 in set number one.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Welcome back to the Summit Activities Center. 13-13 on the Masaba scoreboard. Tanager Volleyball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And that kill attempt by Marissa Berkland is long, and Vermillion has the lead, 14-13. Obviously, I talk to both of these coaches every Saturday or thereabouts on Breakfast with the Coaches, Taylor Stacy and Jody Zeller. And that is an ace serve for Ella Messersmith, making it 15-13. Breakfast with the Coaches brought to you by our Yankton and Vermillion sportscasters. And that is every Saturday starting at 8 o'clock. And that is another ace for Messersmith. That is now 8 points in a row for these Tanagers in this JV matchup. And that will go wide left. That will make it 16-14, ending that 8-0 run. So Yankton out there in red with black letters, black shorts, with Marissa Berkland. Looks to be in the libero at the white jersey. service there by number 20. Wow. I don't think that's Winry Yagi, but it could be. And so that point will go to Vermillion, 17-14. And that serve into the net by Katie Sorensen. 17-15 now, Vermillion. Back to serve for Yankton is number 10, Madison Gukeson. Oh, and Riley Moser is unable to get that across the net, making it 18-15 Tanagers. Both of these teams are young teams. They're starting to try to really feel themselves out. Oh, and that lands in another ace. That is an ace for Lily Dominguez, making it 19-15. And both these teams have had some success. A sweep of Huron for the Tanagers just a week ago. And another ace, unable to get that back across, 20-15. And Vermillion, they've had some success as well. But they've also been running into a gauntlet of really tough competition lately. So Dominguez, that serve will be another successful one that they're unable to get across. 21-15 Tanagers with a 6-point lead. And that'll be another timeout taken by the Gazelles. That'll be taken by Nathan Ingalls, Coach Nathan Ingalls. And we'll take a timeout as well. Timeout's brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. On the Masaba scoreboard in set number 1, Vermillion leads 21-15. We'll be back. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying works.
All right, 22-15, Vermillion leads. Dominguez, ooh, that looked like it might have been long. Now, my phone number is 661-5858. I can keep it at this distance, or I can go in closer and try to follow back and forth, but I feel like that might be a little off-putting if the camera just keeps going back and forth. Text me 661-5858 with your thoughts. All right, Dominguez bumps over to Brooke Knightsky. And Yankton gets that across. Nice job by Dominguez. And Knightsky gets that across. Katie Sorensen saves that one. Nice push by Vermillion, but Yankton does a great job of saving that one. It looks like it was number 9, Ellie Drotzman, that was able to do that. So 22-16 now in favor of Vermillion. Good attempt there by Callie Koletsky, and Vermillion does get that point, 23-16. So Dominguez checks out. I believe that is now Addison Anders that checks in. Back to serve for Vermillion is Emma Rohrig. Oh, and just a little miscommunication. That drops right in front of Anders. 23-17 here in set number 1. Checking in for Vermillion, you have That's not Allie Peterson. That's a number 5, but... And that hit will go into the net. That was number 2. Wow. A lot of these do not have numbers in here. I apologize. So back to serve is number 5. I believe that is Elena Nelson. Or Sophia Wortman. And that it goes into the net, making it 23-19. So Vermillion with a 23-19 lead. Nice job there. Nice job by Brooke Knightsky to push that across. Make it 24-19. Just kind of wee Willie Keelered it, hit it where they ain't, and they could not get that back. So 24-19, set point coming up for Vermillion. And that serve will be wide, 24-20. So we do have a switch out here. Riley Moser leaves. It looks like Hallie Wortman checks in. That serve, beautiful serve, and that will make it 24-21. Another ace for Yankton, making that push, 24-22. They've staved off 2 set points by the Gazelles, or the Bucks, you know, whatever, however they want to identify. And so Hallie Wortman nice job by Knightsky to get to that one. Yankton gets it back across into Vermillion's side. And that will be long, and that will be set number 1. Vermillion will prevail 25-22. We'll be back for set number 2 after these messages. Again, Vermillion leads 1-0 on the Masaba scoreboard. 25-18. We'll be back for set number 2 after these messages from our Vermillion sportscasters. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank as they're taking on the Yankton Gazelles. We are now in set number 2. Oops. We're now in set number 2. Starting off serving for Vermillion will be Katie Sorensen, the freshman. That serve received out there by number 5, Sophia Wortman. And that is in. Lily Dominguez with the kill. Makes it 1-0 Vermillion here in set number 2. Now varsity action is set to start around 6:30. So depending upon how quickly this one gets done, they usually have about 15 minutes between. And that came out on the wrong side of the pylon. That is now 2-0 in favor of the Tanagers. So this is Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, your home for Tanager athletics, football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball. It's all here. Lily Dominguez. Ooh, that was a nice hit. Taken by Hallie Wortman. She's unable to field it, fend it well. 3-0 Vermillion to start off set number 2. They did take set number 1, 25-18. So again, Katie Sorensen back there to serve. Brooke-Knightsky gets that across. Defended by Yankton. And free ball, that will be long. 4-0 Vermillion to start off this second set. And that will be Yankton in the net. That is a point for Vermillion. Makes it 5-0. Oh, and that'll be too many hits for Yankton. Just kind of a miss-hit there at the end. 6-0 run to start set number 2 for the Tanagers. Nice save there by Sorensen. Again, Vermillion with some good defense. Yankton as well. Nice back set. Nice defense there by Messersmith. Dominguez. Well defended by Yankton as they do push that. Cannot get that across. 7-0 run to start set number 2 for Vermillion. So that point will be Yankton's first of the set, 7-1. So that is out, 8-1. Vermillion now leads. Back to serve for the Tanagers is Lily Dominguez. (9-1) Vermillion with the lead here in set number 2, and they have a 1-0 lead. Nice spike there, though. Beautiful kill for Yankton by Madison Gukeson. Just a sophomore, 6-footer. Boy, that kind of height, you have to feel like she could be a weapon here in the future for this squad. So 9-2, Vermillion leads. Oops. Vermillion back out to a 10-2 lead. So Vermillion with an 11-2 lead here. Nice job by Dominguez to get that across. Well defended there by Sorensen. Messersmith bumps that back. Oh! The shot by Moser was deflected at the net, but Dominguez could not get under it. So it's now 11-3. Ooh, and that kill attempt by Moser into the net. 12-3 now. Tanagers lead here in set number 2, up 1-0 on the Mesaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Nice rally here between these two teams. Moser gets that across. And that will be another point for the Tanagers. Tanagers up 13-3. As Katie Sorensen has to run over to the garbage can, throw something away there. Back to serve is Brooke Knightsky. Vermillion in white with the black jerseys or pants with white or black letters with red trim, black numbers with red trim. Ooh, good save there by Katie Sorensen. Nice save there. Again, I don't have a number for her because I don't believe that's Allie Peterson. And that is in. Vermillion up 14-3. No. Okay. It's 13-4 now. Scoreboard, I thought they had set out, but scoreboard changed. And so here is the serve by Elena Nelson or Sophia Wortman. And Vermillion gets that point back. 14-4. 10-point lead for them. All right, good serve by the Tanagers again. 15-4 here in set number 2. And timeout is taken. Timeout's brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. On the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 15-4 in set number 2. Already leading 1-0. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. Like, I mean, I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You want to be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way, you know, you're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there.
Service error leads to a 15-5 score now as Vermillion continues to lead Yankton here in set number 2. Already leading winning set number 1. Hallie Wortman back to serve. Received. And Lily Dominguez is able to but a nice job there by Ella Messersmith makes it 16-5 in favor of the Tanagers. Vermillion gets to that. A free ball down. And that is received by Yankton at the back line. Nice defense by Vermillion. Push that across as Emma Rohrig gets that across. Rohrig. Successful kill. 17-5 now in favor of the Tanagers. Set number 2 has been all Tanagers. The Gazelles need to try to find something here to get back into it. Vermillion just 8 points away from a sweep. Oh, Dominguez, that is into the net, 17-6. Again, Tanager football will be on the air on Friday. That game starts at 6, so pregame will be around 5:45 as I am going to have an interview with with Bryce Voss, and that will be a point for the Tanagers, 18-6. So we'll start about 5:45, 4:45 with the pregame. We'll have interviews with both head coaches, Bryce Voss, as well as maybe trying to get an interview with a Vermillion volleyball player as well. So, all right, and that will be in the net. That is Emma Goebel. 19-6 now. Vermillion leads by 13 here in set number 2, leading 1-0. That is Katie Sorensen serving with an ace, 20-6. Man, one of the coaches will be coming up in the postgame of the varsity matchup. We're going to talk a little bit about this JV matchup because Vermillion is looking solid. Nice job by Yankton to get that across. Hallie Wortman does that. Lily Dominguez with the attack. Oh, Vermillion does a nice job getting to that one as well. So now it's 21-6 Tanagers here in set number 2, just 4 points away from a sweep. That one is in as well. Another serve. 22-6. Thank you to Ryan Moores and the facilities for setting up a table here. They forgot to do that earlier, but they came up, saw me kind of jerry-rigged up here and took care of it. So, beautiful play by Yankton there. I believe that is Marissa Birkland to get that across, but Vermillion defends it well. Another attack by Yankton. 22-7 here in set number 2. And Dominguez hits that into the net, 22-8. So that point will go to Vermillion, now leading 23-8 here in set number 2. Nice defense at the net by Vermillion. Dominguez with the dig. And Ichko Mungunsuk. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but beautiful defense by Ichko. I'm just going to say Ichko because otherwise I know I'm just killing that. I'm so sorry. So Ichko with some great defense, 23-9 here in set number 2. Ichko with the push across. Oh! And that is a kill by... I don't think that's Elena Nelson, so I'm going to say Sophia Wortman. It could be Elena Nelson, though. Beautiful rally here. Vermillion 2 points away from winning the set. Up 23-10, now 24-10. All right, set point for the Tanagers. It is Emma Rohrig with the serve. Yankton has that blocked. Point Tanagers and set Tanagers and match Tanagers. So in the JV matchup, Vermillion wins 25-18, 25-10. We'll be back as we get ready for the main event, the varsity action after this. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Masaba scoreboard, Vermillion wins 2-0 in the JV matchup. We'll be back with some varsity action after these messages from our Vermillion sportscasters. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the Lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the Lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ Fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. From the Summit Activity Center, I'm Michael Schumacher, and this is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota. On the Masaba scoreboard, well, we're just between matches here as we await the varsity matchup. And our scoreboard is brought to you by First Dakota, or by Masaba, I do apologize, by Masaba. So let's take a look at the most recent volleyball poll that came out just this evening. In the most recent volleyball poll in AA volleyball, you have Harrisburg on top at 12 with 12 first place votes. No shock, they actually beat a couple of nationally ranked teams out in California this past week. So you got to take that into consideration. They went 2-2 this week. Their two losses were to teams that were in the top 10 nationally. Brandon Valley in second at 8-2. O'Gorman in third at 7-2. Watertown in fourth at 7-4. And Rapid City Stevens in fifth at 13-3. Receiving votes, Sioux Falls Washington at 5-2. Sioux Falls Jefferson at 4-2, Aberdeen Central at 6-2, and Sioux Falls Lincoln at 7-3. In Class A volleyball, receiving top vote getter there, Del Rapids with 12 first place votes at 13-1. Sioux Falls Christian in second at 10-4. Dakota Valley in third at 11-0. Clark Willow Lake in fourth at 14-0, and Lennox in fifth at 15-0. Also receiving votes, Rapid City Christian at 12-5. And then in Class B, Chester area with all 12 first place votes at 13-0. Northwestern stays in second at 10-1. Warner stays in third at 13-2. Burke stays in fourth at 13-1. And Gayville-Vollen stays in fifth at 12-1. Now, on Gayville-Vollen Raiders YouTube, Gage Ravelette and Tristan Nelson will be on the call tomorrow as they host Marty. And then on Thursday, as they travel to take on Coleman Egan, one of the top teams in Class B. Also receiving votes in Class B, Hitchcock-Tulare and Bridgewater Emory. So if you're a Gayville-Vollen Raiders volleyball fan, we have both games for you this week. We'll also have the Friday night football game as they host Alcester Hudson. Now, Gage and Tristan are both gone for that. Gage has to head home. Tristan has to help with the harvest out by Freeman. So they'll both be off. So Eve, who runs our camera runs the board during USD football and basketball games, back at the studio and has run camera for a number of things. She will be on camera, and Patrick will be on the call for Gayville-Vollen and Alcester Hudson. So that will be our coverage this week for Gayville-Vollen. For Yankton Bucks, Zach Spear will be on the call Friday for homecoming as they host the Pierre Governors. Yankton coming off that loss to Harrisburg on Saturday. They're still in the top. They're still at the top spot in Class 11AA. But we're going to talk about that when we come back. Let's take a little bit of a break. But Zach will be on the call for that at 7 o'clock on Friday, 6:30 pregame show, and then I will be in Millbank 6 o'clock kickoff with a 4:45 pregame show. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about that most recent South Dakota Prep High School media poll and some of the questions I have. All right, we'll be right back. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is all part of the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank and Vermillion Tanagers YouTube. I'm Michael Schumacher. Let's take a look at the most recent South Dakota Prep media polls that came out and some of the questions I have. First, in 11 AAA, Lincoln is on top at 4-0 with 16 first-place votes. Brandon Valley in second at 4-0 with 5 first-place votes. Jefferson in third at 3-1. Harrisburg in fourth at 3-1. And then O'Gorman in fifth at 2-2. I have no questions there. Now in 11 AA, Yankton with 16 first-place votes stays in first. Huron gets 5 first-place votes. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Huron is a good team. They've defeated Pierre. They defeated Sturgis. They've defeated T. You know who defeated them for their one loss? Yankton. Yankton by 17 in Huron. Now, I love a good story, but come on. Yankton should definitely be getting the first place votes. Huron, a 17-point loss. I'm not quite sure what the thought process was, but I thought Yankton first and then Huron second, and then everybody after that you could test me on. But Yankton, then Huron, then it's Pierre. Sturgis drops to fourth. And T area stays in fifth. Receiving votes at Spearfish and Brookings. In Class 11A, you have Sioux Falls Christian on top, all 21 first-place votes. Madison at 4-0. Those two play each other this week. That should be a great matchup. Del Rapids in fourth at 3-1. West Central in fourth at 3-1. And Tri-Valley in fifth at 4-0. Also receiving votes, defending champion Lennox. In 11B, Elk Point Jefferson in first with 15 first-place votes at 4-0. Wagner in second with 2 first-place votes, 5-0. St. Thomas More in third with 4 first-place votes, 4-0. Mobridge Pollock in fourth, they're 4-0. And Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central at 4-0 is in fifth. Receiving votes, Clark Willow Lake, Sioux Valley, and Dual. You'll notice the one team I didn't mention is Winter. Winter has fallen completely out of the polls for the first time this season. In 9AA, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy is on top with 18 first-place votes. Hamlin in second with 3. Elkton Lake Benton in third at 4-1. Hill City at 5-0 is in fourth, and Parkston at 3-1 is in fifth. Receiving votes is Hanson, Viborg Hurley, and Bon Holm. In Class 9A, you have Wall with 20 first-place votes at 4-0. Warner with 1 first-place vote at 4-0, followed by Alcester Hudson, who's playing Gayville Vollen on Friday. Alcester Hudson is 4-1 after falling to Freeman Marion Freeman Academy. Platte Geddes at 5-0 is in fourth, and Howard at 4-1 is in fifth. Also receiving votes, Centerville and Ipswich. And in Class 9B, Sully Buttes with 16 first-place votes in first. Avon with 4 first-place votes at 5-0 in second. St. Mary's with 1 first-place vote at 5-0 in third. Harriet Selby area at 4-1 in fourth. And Fulton area at 2-2 in fifth. Also receiving votes, Sioux Falls Lutheran received a vote. So that's a look at your prep media poll. At your prep media poll for today. We also had another prep media poll. Give me just a second here. A new one, the Power 5 media poll that has been coming out this year. Let's see if I have that. I thought I saw it. Sent out by Matt Carney. Here we go. So the South Dakota Power 5 poll week 5. In 11 AAA at Sioux Falls Lincoln, Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls Jefferson, Harrisburg, and O'Gorman. Same as the other one. Yankton here only has 13 first-place votes compared to 9 for Huron. Again, people, Yankton beat Huron. I don't get this. Then Pierre is in third, Sturgis in fourth, and T-Area in fifth. Also receiving votes, Spearfish. In 11A at Sioux Falls Christian, Madison, Del Rapids, West Central, and Tri-Valley, with Lennox and Dakota Valley both receiving votes. In 11B, it's St. Elk Point Jefferson, St. Thomas More with 7 first-place votes, Wagner with 1, Mobridge Pollock in fourth, and Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central in fifth. Clark Willow Lake and Dual both receiving votes. In 9AA, it's Freeman Marion Freeman Academy with 18 first-place votes, Hamlin with 4, Elkton Lake Benton, Hill City, and Parkston. Also receiving votes, Bon Holm, Viborg Hurley, and Hanson. In 9A, it's Wall, Warner, Platte Geddes, Alcester Hudson. Those two are flipped there. And Howard, with Ipswich and Phillip receiving votes. And in 9B, it's Sully Buttes, Avon, St. Mary's, Fulton area, and Harriet Selby area. Receiving votes, Corsica, Stickney, and Canastota. So that's a look around the prep media poll landscape. You can tune in for more coverage and discussion on At the Mic on ESPN Radio from 7 to 9 every morning. We'll be talking about these polls a little bit more tomorrow. But let's take a quick break. We're about 3 minutes away from starting lineups and national anthem. We'll be right back from the Summit Activity Center in Yankton with Vermillion Tanagers Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a worth ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, It's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design-build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers!
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As we get ready for our starting lineups, this is Tanager Volleyball against the Yankton Gazelles. We're about a minute away. Let's take a look at these two teams and how they got here. All right, well, for Vermillion, they are coming off a weekend where they performed at the Cavalier Clash. The Cavalier Clash in Bon Home, where they we do not have updates. I know they did lose their first two. I had not heard how they did on their third. I apologize. Last week they lost to Sioux Falls Christian. The week before that they did lose to Tri-Valley. They swept Bon Home, fell to Canton, defeated Garrettson, defeated South Sioux out of Nebraska, and fell to Lennox, Wagner, and West Central. So the Tanagers are 3-8 on the season. For Yankton, they are 3-7. Started off the season 0-4, so 3-3 since then. They fell to O'Gorman, fell to Dakota Valley, fell to Norfolk, and to Bennington. They also defeated South Sioux, fell to Harrisburg, fell to Sioux Falls, Washington, defeated Roosevelt and Huron, and let's pause for the national anthem. Nice job there on the national anthem. Not quite sure. I couldn't hear who sang it, but he did a great job. As we get ready for the starting lineups here. So starting for Vermillion, at libero, number 4, Flynn Peterson. Number 1, senior Brooke Van Dronglen. Number 7, Grace Wall. Number 10, senior Tessa Peterson. Number 12, senior setter Skylar Grease. Number 16, senior outside hitter Josie Askew. And then number 17, senior designated defensive specialist Elizabeth Fisher. And starting lineup for the Yankton Gazelles. At the libero, number 1, junior Madeline Smith. Then number 5, 5'6" junior Elena Nelson. Then number 6, outside hitter, 5'11" senior Gracie Gutzman. Then number 8, freshman outside hitter Tyan Bestie. Then number 9, sophomore middle hitter Ellie Drotzman. Then number 12, middle hitter, 5'8" freshman Nora Schramm. And then number 15, 5'6" outside hitter, junior Berkeley Olson. So that's the starting lineup for these two teams as they get ready to perform. And the officials are Cindy Traeger and Craig Haben. Vermillion is coached by Jody Zeller, assistant coaches Paige Chapman and Kaylee Olson. Yankton is coached by Taylor Stacy, assistant coaches Tiffany Bestie, Amanda Blaha, and Nathan Ingalls. So let's get ready for some volleyball. Tanagers and Gazelles should be a really good matchup. Now, the Gazelles do have the advantage on height. When you start looking at Gracie Gutzman out there, 5'11", just a little bit taller than what Vermillion has. Vermillion out there in black. Black jerseys with red trim, white letters and numbers and red trim. Yankton in white with red letters and numbers with black trim. So a nice inverse, yin-yang, if you will, for colors. As going out will be Ellie Drotzman. Coming in is the libero, Madeline Smith. For Vermillion, coming in will be the libero, Flynn Peterson, the 8th grader, who was part of that under 14 national team. And so somebody that is just, she's worked her way into the varsity. She no longer even plays JV because she's a starter here for the varsity. So she comes in, and Josie Askew goes out. Back to serve for Vermillion will be Brooke Van Dronglen. First serve is good, and that will not get returned back across. Vermillion up 1-0 here in set number 1. So they're getting the extra balls where they're supposed to go. Brooke is just kind of waiting patiently down there. Had the chance to interview Brooke after a match a couple of weeks ago. That was kind of fun. I think that was the match over Bonhomme. Another successful serve for Brooke. Madeline Smith gets that across. Flynn Peterson under that. Tessa Peterson, nice dig there by Madeline Smith. Nice block by Grace Wall. And Vermillion is up 2-0 here in set number 1. Grace Wall with that aggression at the net. And Van Dronglen goes back to serve for a third time. Vermillion leads 2-0 here in set number 1. And that serve will be long. 2-1 now in favor of the Tanagers. Yankton to serve. First up for Yankton will be Elena Nelson. Nelson is a 5'6" junior for this Yankton squad. And that is long. That kill attempt by Tyan Bestie does go long, makes it 3-1. Flynn Peterson back to serve now for Yankton, or for Vermillion. And Peterson got her hand on that one. Probably would have been best not to. Somebody, I think, would have gotten to that. But it just kind of created a whole ripple effect. So 3-2 now. Vermillion leads Yankton as Tyan Bestie goes back to serve for the Gazelles. Van Dronglen gets under that. Askew and sends that long. Makes it 3-3. We're now tied up. Grease to Wall, who pushes that across. Defended there by Bestie. No, sorry, Gutzman. Fisher gets Fisher and Grease get a little tied up. It's now 4-3. Yankton with their first lead here in set number 1. And back to serve again is Ty and Bestie. Askew's attack is just long. 5-3. Gazelles. And Wool, that will be long as well. Vermillion just a little long on a lot of their kill attempts. 6-3 now in favor of the Gazelles. Nice job by Peterson. Get that across. Here's Madeline Smith. Over to Gracie Gutzman. Nice job by Peterson to get underneath that. Vermillion gets it across. Peterson gets to that one as two. Van Dronglen over to Fisher. And Vermillion saves it. And Gutzman has that blocked. And Van Dronglen, a little bit of a miss hit, but Peterson's able to get it across. And that spike by Nora Schramm, undefendable by Vermillion, makes it 7-3. Here in set number 1 on the Masaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Bestie back to serve yet again. Van Dronglen over to Peterson. And that's a miss hit by Askew, makes it 8-3. Askew has that blocked. Wall with the save, though. And that will be a point for Yankton. 9-3, the Gazelles lead. Boy, Yankton is making a run now. 10-3. And that is long. So service error by Bestie makes it 10-4. Coming in for Vermillion will be Allie Peterson. Going out will be Elizabeth Fisher. And that shot by Berkeley Olson lands, makes it 11-4 in favor of Yankton. Coach Zeller giving some instruction. As checking in for Yankton now is Jordan Kudera. Jordan Kudera out there with Gracie Gutzman. Looks like Rory Lammers. They're going to call a rotation area on Vermillion. As against Jordan Kudera, Gracie Gutzman, Tyan Bestie, Ellie Drotzman, Askew cannot quite get to that one. 12-4 now. 13-4, sorry, in favor of Yankton. And there's a beautiful kill by Askew. Ask and you shall receive. 13-5 now in favor of Vermillion, as both Emma and Mercedes Reddick check in. Emma Reddick with the serve. Elena Nelson has that. Oh, boy, that looked a little wide, but 14-5 now in favor of Yankton. So Madison Gukason checks in. Defended there by Askew, over to Reddick. Back to Askew. Good defense by Yankton. Nice job by Allie Peterson, over to Flynn Peterson. Josie Askew gets that across-court shot. Good defense by Vermillion there. Askew gets that across. And that is a beautiful kill there by Ellie Drotzman. It's 15-5 now. Vermillion trails the Gazelles. Josie Askew bumps that. Allie Peterson couldn't quite read it. Makes it 16-5 in favor of the Gazelles. Askew and has that block back. Defense by Allie Peterson. Nice job by Mercedes Reddick to tip that over. Flynn Peterson gets that in the middle after the shot by Gukason. Back and forth. This is wonderful. Nice block by Vermillion off the shot by Madison Gukason, but unable to get it inbounds. Makes it 17-5. That point to Vermillion, 17-6. As back to serve is Tessa Peterson. Is that Tessa? Or is it 16? Askew, I'm sorry. Allie Peterson, over to Tessa Peterson. Might have been long, but Yankton defended it. Better safe than sorry. And that is a miss-hit by Jordan Kudera into the net, 17-7. That is Josie Askew back there serving. Reddick dives for that one, but can't keep it under control. It's now 18-7 in favor of Yankton. And back to serve for the Gazelles will be Berkeley Olson. And that lands in. That is an ace. 19-7 in favor of the Gazelles. Tanagers just looking for an answer here. Service error by Olson makes the score 19-8. Coming in for Vermillion will be Cara Chapman and Elizabeth Fisher. Heading out will be Callie Schultz and Allie Peterson. And that point will go to Yankton, 20-18. On that kill. So number 12, Nora Schramm checks in. Also checking in number 2, Hallie Wortman. Taken there by Reddick. Mercedes tips that across the net. Madison Gukaisen gets that across for Yankton. Nice job by Chapman. Flynn Peterson. And Fisher hits that into the net. So it's now 21-8 in favor of Yankton. It's Hallie Wortman back to serve again. And that service error makes the score 21-9. Grace Wall and Brooke Van Drongelen check in. Mercedes and Emma Redding check out. Van Drongelen with the serve. And that will be out. Point for Yankton, 22-9. So Gracie Gutzman and Elena Nelson check in. Madison Gukason and Brenna Elwood check out. And that serve by Elena Nelson does go long. Service error makes it 22-10. Yankton here in set number 1 on the Mesaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Flynn Peterson back to serve. Taken there by Madeline Smith. Nice block by Vermillion. Oh, nice job there by Gracie Gutzman. Makes it 23-10 in favor of the Gazelles. So Tyan Bestie back to serve. Flynn Peterson. Over to Josie Askew, and oh, good defense by Yankton. Madeline Smith will bump that across. Flynn Peterson gets to it. Kara Chapman. Oh, and Josie Askew recovers. And Yankton is in the net. That'll be a point for the Tanagers. 23-11 now here in set number 1. Again, Yankton just 2 points away from winning the set. Checking in, Callie Schultz and Allie Peterson. Checking out, Elizabeth Fisher and Kara Chapman. So that front line is Askew, Schultz, and Wall. You have Flynn Peterson, Brooke Van Drongelen, and Allie Peterson. Callie Schultz, kill attempt. Defended well at the back line by Bestie. Nice push there by Berkeley Olson. Makes it 24-11. This is set point for Yankton. As in to serve is Jordan Kudura for the Gazelles. It's a little bit of confusion on the rotation here as Ellie Drotzman checks out. Hallie Wortman checks in. Then Wortman checks out. And Ellie Drotzman checks in, we think. So again, Jordan Kudura back to serve. Well received by Brooke Van Drongelen. That hit by Askew is blocked. Another one is defended well. And that is a kill. A kill by Gracie Gutzman leads to a first set victory for the Yankton Gazelles. So we'll be back with set number 2 after these messages, with Vermillion trailing 1-0 on the Mesaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family, from pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
You recently got a chip in your windshield? Maybe a big crack. So you call your insurance company to get it fixed? Then it happens. You have an appointment before you have even made a choice.
Wait a minute. I want Fast Auto Glass in Vermillion to fix my windshield.
But they tell you somebody else is on the way. You do have a choice, and I hope our experience, knowledge, and guaranteed satisfaction will lead you to choose us. Fast Auto Glass in Vermillion. Fast, fair glass repair.
Welcome back to Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Mesaba scoreboard, the Yankton Gazelles lead the Vermillion Tanagers 1-0. So for Vermillion, we start off with Mercedes Reddig, Tessa Peterson, Elizabeth Fisher, Brooke Van Dronglen, Allie Peterson, Josie Askew, and Emma Reddig. Checking in as the libero is Flynn Peterson. Checking out is Josie Askew. For Yankton, checking out is Ellie Drotzman. Checking in is Madeline Smith, the libero, along with Elena Nelson, Gracie Gutzman, Nora Schramm, Berkeley Olson, and somebody with a ponytail, so I can't read the back of the jersey. I believe it's Ty and Bestie. So Elena Nelson to serve here in set number 2. Received by Emma Reddig. Sorry, it is Gracie Gutzman out there. Yep. Allie Peterson over to Elizabeth Fisher. Peterson to Tessa Peterson, and that will be a point for the Tanagers. Now, they did start off set number 1 with the lead as well. We'll see if this time they're able to kind of maintain that as Grace Wall and Brooke Van Dronglen get set to check in for Mercedes Reddig and Emma Reddig. And that was tipped by Yankton. Point Vermillion, 2-0 lead for the Tanagers. Sorry for that. Had to take a quick call. My daughter, she's in North Carolina. She doesn't call too often, so whenever I see her name come up, I always get a little concerned. So I apologize. But it wasn't anything. I think she's a little homesick every once in a while, so I do get a call periodically. So I apologize for having to mute you. All right, Yankton with the kill attempt. Oh, and that is good. 2-1, Yankton's first point of this set, as that was Gracie Gutzman with the kill. Now back to serve for Yankton will be Tyan Bestie. Now somebody just needs to tell Tyan, put that hair up so we can read that jersey number on the back. And Bestie with the jump serve. Oh, into the net. 3-1 now in favor of Vermillion. Appreciate you joining us here on Vermillion Tanagers YouTube, your home for Vermillion Tanager Athletics, as Flynn Peterson serves. If you haven't had a chance to like and subscribe and click that bell button, go for it. Oh, and that kill is in from Nora Schramm. 3-2 in favor of Vermillion. Yankton is set to serve now. Checking in is Jordan Kudera, checking in for Nora Schramm. Also checking in is Elena Nelson for Berkeley Olson. So Kudera's serve, received by Elizabeth Fisher. Josie Askew with a cross-court kill. And that is blocked by Wall. Askew gets that across. Nice job by Vermillion. Flynn Peterson gets to that one, right in front of Brooke Van Drongelen. Askew with the successful kill. 4-2 now in favor of the Tanagers here in set number 2. Nice job by Callie Schultz to put that across. Flynn Peterson gets it over to Kara Chapman. Askew has that blocked. And they're going to call Vermillion with a lift. Makes it 4-3 in favor of Vermillion, with the Gazelles set to serve. Now checking in, Madison Glukeisen and Brenna Elwood. There's a kill for Grace Wall. 5-3 now in favor of the Tanagers. They are down 1-0 on the Masaba scoreboard, as Mercedes Reddig and Emma Reddig check in. Van Drongelen and Wall check out. Emma Reddig will go back to serve. Oh, serve is just long. 5-4 now in favor of the Tanagers. As back to serve for Yankton will be Berkeley Olson. Emma Reddig receives that over to Chapman. Askew with the kill, 6-4. Beautiful shot by Askew. That is an ace for Askew, 7-4 now. Error by Yankton makes it 7-5. So back to serve is Hallie Wortman, the junior. Serve is received by Flynn Peterson. Wortman to Peterson again. Chapman to Tessa Peterson. Flynn Peterson blocks that. Little error there as Reddick and Chapman run into each other. Then Reddick gets it back across. And that is long. The kill attempt by Gukaisen is long. 8-5 now. The Tanagers lead here in set number 2. So back to serve for Vermillion is Allie Peterson. And that makes the score 9-5 with the Gazelles wanting to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Tanagers lead 9-5 on the Mesaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
It's funny how life is made up of moments. Quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, West Main Street.
Allie Peterson set to serve. 9-5 lead for the Tanagers here in set number 2. And that is a kill for Tyan Bestie, making it 9-6 Tanagers. So back to serve is Nelson. Tessa Peterson with the shot. And another kill for Tyan Bestie. 9-7 now the Tanagers lead. So Emma Reddick, they're going to call Yankton in the net. So Vermillion with the point makes it 10-7. So Brooke Van Drongelen back to serve for the Tanagers. And that is hit into the net. That is hit by Nora Schramm. 11-7. Vermillion with a 4-point lead here in set number 2. Ace. Tanagers 12-7. So Tyan Bestie to serve. It's now 12-8. And that is an ace for Bestie, 12-9. Hey, a big shout out if you're from the Gayville-Vollen area. Big shout out to Tristan Nelson. He ran the board for the Coyote Report tonight. And Tristan's just a sophomore at Gayville-Vollen, but something he wanted to learn and did a great job. He had one error at the beginning. but he said after that it went perfectly. So he's going to be our new board op on Mondays. So big shout out to Tristan Nelson taking a bit of a load off my plate. So without board ops, we are not able to run those things. So big shout out to Tristan Nelson. 12-10 now in favor of Vermillion. Flynn Peterson receives that one. Allie Peterson over to Tessa Peterson. And kind of a miss hit by Yankton. It was right at the net. You didn't know what to do with it. 13-10 now in favor of Vermillion. Now, Tristan's mom is Crystal Mensch Nelson. She runs the Mead Museum. Now, a number of those exhibits out at the Mead Museum will be leaving on September 30th. So get a chance to get out there if you have not seen the summer exhibits. All right, Flynn Peterson, service error into the net, gives it right back to Yankton, 13-11. And there's another point for the Tanagers, 14-11. So back to serve for Yankton, or for Vermillion, sorry, is Cara Chapman. Nice serve there. And nice save by Van Dronglen at the back line, but nobody could catch it at the front line, just an awkward angle. Makes it 14-12. So back to serve for Yankton will be Brenna Elwood. Received there by Josie Askew. And that is a kill by Berkeley Olson. Now, Olson just 5'6", but man, she's a gymnast. You can tell she has the hops and the athleticism to really work above the net. So Brenna Elwood with the serve. Grace Wall. All right, Grace Wall with the kill. Makes it 15-13. Service ace for Vermillion. Makes it 16-13 as Emma Reddick goes back to serve again. Josie Askew with the kill. No. Nice save there at the back line by Bestie. Nice job by Chapman to save that one. Peterson to Askew. And that is going to be another point for Yankton, for Vermillion. 17-13, Tanagers lead as Emma Reddick goes back to serve yet again. And timeout Gazelles. We'll take a timeout as well, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Tanagers lead 17-13 in set number 2, but trail 1-0 on the Mesaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. Works.
Service by Reddick coming out of the timeout, 17-13, and Yankton gets the kill, 17-14. point for Yankton. Makes it 17-15. Bukaisen with a kill there makes it 17-16. As back to serve is Berkeley Olson, and Vermillion wants to take a timeout now. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Tanagers still lead, but 17-16 in set number 2, trailing 1-0. Tanager volleyball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Welcome back to the Summit Activity Center as serving is Berkeley Olson. To Vermillion, Emma Reddick gets a hand on that one, but that goes out of bounds. Tied at 17. So in there for Vermillion, it's Kara Chapman, Callie Schultz, Emma Reddick, Mercedes Reddick, Flynn Peterson, and Josie Askew. And the Mercedes Reddick spike attempt is blocked. It's now 17-18. Yankton with the lead. This is their first lead of the set. Berkeley Olson back to serve again. And Flynn Peterson can't get under that one. 19-17 now. As Ann Bennett gets ready to check in. Ann Bennett checking in for Mercedes Reddick. As Berkeley Olson goes back to serve. Nice dig by Vermillion, but the return by Bestie is a kill. 20-17 now in favor of Yankton. This is a 6-7 point run for the Gazelles. 20-17 they now lead here in set number 2. Oh, I must have missed one. 22-17. So Emma Reddick checks out. Katie Sorensen checks in. So Berkeley Olson serve, comes across, taken there by Flynn Peterson. Over to Cara Chapman. Askew with the cross-court spike goes long, makes it 23-17 Yankton. So just 2 points away from taking the second set. After taking the first set, 25-11. So Berkeley Olson back to serve. And that's into Sorensen, over to Chapman. And Bennett pushes that across. Chapman gets under that. Peterson to Askew, and that's going to be blocked back. And they're going to give that point to Yankton. Too many hits on the Vermillion side. Not quite sure. I felt like that was blocked back. I thought that should be a restart, but I could be wrong easily. So Berkeley Olson with set point here, 24-17. Tanagers trailing the Gazelles. Here's the serve. And nice job by Bennett, gets that across. Pushed across by Ellie Drotzman. And nice job by Askew. Stop the bleeding just a little bit, 24-18 now. Now Vermillion needs to roll off those same 7-8 points that Yankton just did. So Askew back to serve. And that's a kill there by Ellie Drotzman, and that will be set number 2 going to Yankton. So now Yankton is up 2-0. We'll be back with set number 3 after these messages from our Vermillion sportscasters. On the Masaba scoreboard, Vermillion trails 2-0. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. Like, I mean, I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You want to be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You know, you're just full of people who care.
Welcome back to Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, and we are at the Summit Activity Center in Yankton, where the Tanagers trail on the Masaba scoreboard 2-0 to the Yankton Gazelles. Here's Brooke Van Drongelen with the serve for Vermillion, and that is an ace serve again for the third straight set. Vermillion starts with a 1-point lead. And that set serve is long, 1-1. And that is a service error by Elena Nelson, making it 2-1 Vermillion. Served by Askew, and that will be long. That kill attempt by Tyann Bestie goes long, 3-1 Vermillion. Boy, Vermillion just unable to get that back across. 3-2 now, as Yankton will serve. It will be Tyann Bestie. Out there for Vermillion, it's Grace Wall, Elizabeth Fisher, Tessa Peterson, Allie Peterson, Brooke Van Drongelen, and Flynn Peterson. Here's the serve coming up from Bestie. Yankton trails 3-2 here in set number 3, but leads 2-0. point. Tanagers, 4-2 now. So Wall comes out. Peterson, Elena Walker comes in. And that is a point for Yankton, 4-3. And that is blocked by Yankton. Tied up at 4 here in set number 3. Nice job by Tessa Peterson with the kill. Makes it 5-4 in favor of the Tanagers. So checking in will be Katie Sorensen. Checking out, Elena Walker. I said Elena, Ariellen Walker. There's a service ace by Katie Sorensen. Sorensen makes it 6-4 now in favor of Vermillion. So 6-5 in favor of Yankton. Back to serve is Brenna Elwood for the Gazelles.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Vermillion Volleyball. Nice block there by Elizabeth Fisher. Vermillion now has a 13-10 lead here in set number 3, trailing 2-0. So Askew goes back to serve yet again. So Allie Peterson to Elizabeth Fisher. Nice save there by Flynn Peterson. And that is long. Long by Berkeley Olson. So that makes it 14-11 in favor of Vermillion. So the score is now 15-12. And that is a point for Vermillion, 16-12. So timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. On the Masaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 17-12. We'll be back. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Welcome back, 17-12, Vermillion. Vermillion leads. That makes it now 17-13. Back to serve will be Madison Kukayasen. And that is a service ace for the Gazelles. And that will make it 17-15. As Brenna Elwood goes back to serve again. Tessa Peterson gets it to Cara Chapman. Back to Peterson. And that is saved over by Yankton. Good defense here by both sides. That is a nice kill for Vermillion. Makes it 18-15. And that is out, 19-15. Tanagers with the lead here in set number 3, looking to make it go 4 sets. Yankton has taken the first 2 sets, 25-11, 25-18. Flynn Peterson looking to help close this out. Good defense there by Yankton. They do bump that across. Nice job by Ann Bennett to get that across. And that is a successful kill by Madison Gukayasen. 19-16 now. Peterson receives that serve from Olsen. Askew tries to get that across. Bestie with the spike and success. 19-17 now as Yankton tries to claw back. And Vermillion wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Tanagers lead 19-17 in set 3, trailing 2-0 on the Masaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back. 19-17. Vermillion leads, but Yankton serving. Berkeley Olsen. Dig there by Flynn Peterson. Nice job by Askew, but Yankton does get under it. Tyan Bessie with the kill attempt. Here's Cara Chapman over to Ann Bennett. Good defense by Yankton. A little clustered, but good defense. Askew with the kill. No. Nice save there by Bestie. Another great save. Oh! And that time Jordan Kudera couldn't quite get underneath it. 17. First time getting to 20 for the Tanagers tonight. 20-17 here in set number 3. As Allie Peterson checks in. Nice job there by Katie Sorensen. Josie Askew has that kind of blocked. Falls on the Yankton side, though they cannot recover. 21-17 in favor of Vermillion here in set number 3. So back to serve is Allie Peterson into the net. That is a momentum killer. 21-18 now, Vermillion. As checking in are Nora Schramm and Hallie Wortman. Hallie back to serve. And Vermillion is unable to recover. 21-19. Hallie Wortman with the serve. And that is long. Vermillion with the point, 22-19. So checking out is Ann Bennett, checking in Brooke Van Dronglen, checking out Katie Sorensen, checking in Grace Wall. That point goes to Yankton. Both in the 20s now, 22-20. We've got ourselves a barn burner. So back to serve for Vermillion, or for Yankton now will be Elena Nelson. Also checking in Gracie Gutzman. Nelson, jump serve. Taken by Flynn Peterson. Good defense by Yankton. Tyan Bestie, and that is in. 22-21. Yankton's clawed back to within 1 here in set number 3. And that is blocked by Gracie Gutzman. We are now tied at 22. Good attempt there by... Oh, no! Confusion there as Askew was coming across. Allie Peterson. It's 23-22. Yankton. And Coach Zeller wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Vermillion now trails 23-22 in set number 3, trailing 2-0 on the Masaba scoreboard. Tanager Volleyball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome back. Served by Elena Nelson. Yankton leads 23-22. Good push there by Askew, and that's a point for the Tanagers. Tied back up at 23. And Askew's going to go back to serve for Vermillion. So it's Askew, Van Dronglen, Allie Peterson, Tessa Peterson, Kara Chapman, and Grace Wall. Askew's serve is returned. Defended there by Tessa Peterson. Allie Peterson to Tessa. Nice defense by Yankton. Nice defense there by Allie Peterson. And Tessa can't quite get it across. Allie Peterson pushes it across. Yankton. Tyan Bestie defended there by Askew, but cannot get underneath. It is now set point for Yankton. Match point for Yankton. All in one. 24-23. Yankton won set 1, 25-11. Set 2, 25-18. They now lead 24-23. Back to serve is Tyan Bestie. And that is an ace. Yankton wins it on an ace by Tyan Bestie. And Vermillion falls in 3 to Yankton. But boy, in that third set, really had a lot of fight. Now somebody with the coaching staff will be coming up to talk with us. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, hopefully we'll have a member of the coaching staff coming up to talk with us. This is Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Okay. Off.
All right, we have Coach with us, and we're going to talk this, just a second here. Well, something's not working. All right. I'm just going to use mine. I'll share it back and forth because yours doesn't seem to be registering for some reason. It was before. I don't know what's happening. Oh, well, we'll try this. So we'll just talk into this, and I'll just hand it back and forth because we also have Grace Wall, homecoming queen, and all-around great volleyball player with us. So we're going to talk to both. So, Coach, first I'll talk to you. It's very easy when you go down 25-11, 25-18 for kids to give up. Man, that third set, there was no give up in this team. And, two equally matched teams, and especially Class A versus Double A, there's always that little difference in size. What was the biggest factor tonight?
I think just not giving up. I mean, we started a little bit down in the first set and the second set, but we owe it to each other to, keep pushing, especially through this third set. I mean, we wanted to go 4 or 5 all night, and so just being able to not give up and keep pushing towards those next few sets. And so, there have been a few stumbles this last week. You had Sioux Falls Christian, they're Sioux Falls Christian, and then some close matches at the Cavalier Clash, just couldn't quite get over the hump. What do you guys do now? You kind of have a chance to reset for a little bit. What do you do as you get into practice and talk to the girls? Well, we have a big game against Madison coming up in Del Rapids, so we're just really focusing watching film on those teams, figuring out what we need to work on for those teams, and just kind of move on, especially from these past few games. You know, it didn't fall in our favor, but the more that we work towards, we can focus on our future games rather than our past games.
And something I noticed tonight, a few different rotations, you know, different players coming in. Is that just something that you're kind of constantly working on, seeing who works best together or seeing who's working best in practice?
Yeah, so the season is very long. We're just testing things now, so we know what's going to work when it really comes down to it, and especially when we start our region games and our Sweet 16 games. So just testing everything, seeing who's working where, who's working best in certain rotations. So just trying everyone everywhere, especially our young freshmen, seeing where they fit in on this team as well.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. A lot of youth out there, but a lot of energy, both at the net and at the back line. And there were some that ended up not being points for Vermillion, but the effort was there, the diving, and the getting to them. How much do you take away from that, just being able to see that from your team?
We just like seeing the grit. We like seeing the hustle. We know that everyone's going to try and go for that ball as best as they can. I mean, you saw so many when we were way outside of the court, and we still tried to get that ball up as best we can. So just the hustle and the grit between everybody really helps us move forward.
All right. Any final words?
No.
No?
No.
All right. So you want me to talk to Grace then?
You can talk to Grace.
All right. Grace, this is our first time meeting. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
So it's kind of been a big week for you. Are you still kind of enjoying that a little bit?
I am kind of enjoying it because, I mean, we just got done with homecoming week, so having like a normal week for a while is a really good feeling.
Well, good. Well, you're a player that's really seemed to, even just from game one to now, you seem to have a lot more confidence out there. Are you feeling more confident in the rotations and just in the communication out there, because you seem to have a lot of control of what you're doing out there?
Yeah, I can say I am definitely feeling a lot more confident from when I first started off in this year's season. And I think I grew a lot on not worrying about the little mistakes and moving on with each round.
Well, and that's actually something I was going to mention, because you seem to be a lot more aggressive, both offensively and defensively in the net. And we really saw that tonight, both, especially defensively. Some of those where I think Guyson thought she had a kill, and you kind of came out of nowhere and had a nice block. How does that help you with your confidence as you move forward, not having to worry about those little mistakes and kind of being able to focus on the big picture?
Well, I like to tell myself that every game that I play, I'm going to make one or two mistakes. But whenever I do something as good as like getting a block, I keep telling myself to do it again, and it might just happen. Or maybe not, but that's what I like to tell myself.
All right. Well, you know, the season's still young. You guys have a lot going on, but it seems like the team is really coming together. Even when things aren't going well, it doesn't seem like anybody's getting down on each other. Is that something that you've noticed this season as well?
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. You're a senior. What are your plans for after graduation?
My plans for after graduation, so I really want to get involved in criminology or become a marine biologist. But as of now, I do have dreams for playing volleyball in college. It's a really big dream to consume, so I'm just going to try to stay focused and see how far I get.
All right, excellent. Well, Grace, thank you so much for coming up here. Really appreciate it, and it's so nice to meet you. I hope we get to talk again, maybe longer form. We can do more of a Tanager Talk deep dive. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
All right. Hey, thank you both so much for coming up. Really appreciate it, and you guys have a great night. And sorry the headset didn't work. I'm trying something new here, and I apologize. I'm kind of technologically illiterate sometimes. So you guys have a great rest of your night. All right. Well, from Yankton's Summit Activity Center, that's going to do it for us. Unfortunately, Vermillion falls to Yankton in 3 sets. But you know, you got to love the effort, and so we will always appreciate that, and. You know, we will always see, we always love seeing the effort. That's just a big thing that you're seeing from this team. So again, like they mentioned, let's take a look at what their next game is, because, you know, I go by Go Bound. That's not always the best. Let me take a look at Vermillion's website, because now I'm concerned that I'm missing a game. You know, some schools say just go to Go Bound, and some schools say don't go to Go Bound. And so I'm left confused, and I apologize. So let's take a look at the full calendar. All right, so is there any volleyball? I don't have volleyball down for tomorrow. All right. Nope, not on Thursday. Football on Friday. Says C-Team tournament on Saturday. Gayville volleyball on Monday. Oh, yep, volleyball versus Madison on Tuesday. Okay, well, no, I'm not. I was just worried. I thought, oh, God, is there something this week? So, no, there is not. So, all right. Well, you guys have a great night. Again, on the Masaba scoreboard, Vermillion falls 3-0. This has been Tanager Volleyball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher. We'll be back with football on Friday from Millbank. You guys have a great night.